Hi, my name is Sarah Gaudet, and I am a buyer at Costco Travel for our global hotel program. And today we're featuring several of our hotels in the Seattle area that you can book through Costco Travel. And we are currently at the Fairmont Olympic Hotel, which is a beautiful, iconic property here in Seattle. And I'm here with Felicia in the beautiful Georgian Room.
Hello, Costco Travel.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about the afternoon tea service,
Yes.
and as well as some of the history here at the hotel. Can you start off by just telling us a little overview of the property and when it was built?
So the Fairmont Olympic really is the heartbeat of the city of Seattle. We opened in 1924, and we were really Seattle's community hotel. The hotel was actually named via a survey in the newspaper from the Seattleites and the locals themselves. And we are also on the original grounds of University of Washington as well, which was here from 1860 until 1895. But the architecture at the hotel is really an Italian Renaissance style architecture here on property, and it really was in the 1920s the place to see and be seen from all of the Seattle's high society.
Yeah, I think you have some newspaper clippings in the hotel that
Yes, we do.
show everyone in
their fine garb. Yes.
Fine garb, yeah. So we'll probably show that a little bit later.
Yes.
But great. So what about the Georgian Room itself? I think there's some history behind this room as well.
Yes, so the Georgian Room, beautiful room. All of the chandeliers are actually from 1924, but the Georgian actually has a fun history of being the place for the society's hub to kind of come and have lunch and afternoon tea in the 1930s and 40s. And all of the Seattle newspapers used to come and kind of comment about the gossip that was happening with Seattle's socialite scene. And then in 1977...
It's like the tabloids back
Yeah,
then.
the tabloids, exactly. And then in 1977, a fun event actually took place where we had the punk rock band, the Ramones, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with, play an all-ages concert here in the Georgian Room, which you're thinking,
I know, I
that's
can't imagine
interesting.
having a concert in
Yes.
here.
It actually overflowed into the lobby.
Oh,
so
wow.
it was quite the spectacle, and they actually only had 3 songs to play, but the show was going so well that they just kept playing those 3 songs over and over again.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes.
And this restaurant remains a Seattle favorite with your afternoon tea tradition. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we are the home for afternoon tea here in Seattle, your traditional afternoon tea. Beautiful, fine, delicate pastries and sandwiches that we have to choose from, but you can always do a little add-on with some champagne if you choose. But from celebrations and anniversaries and honeymoons, even to just going shopping and deciding to come for an afternoon tea, we welcome everyone, especially families. I think that's the biggest thing, is some people look at afternoon tea as being very stuffy. For us, we're like, bring your kids, it's very generational.
Did you bring my daughter when she was young?
Yeah, we see kids bring, people say, my mom brought me here, and now I'm bringing my kids just like you are bringing yours. And it's nice because we offer a children's afternoon tea menu. So they can get hot chocolate and then their own little tea tray with peanut butter and jelly crustal sandwiches. So it is very family friendly. So bring your families.
Now, I understand there are some special ingredients here. You focus on locally sourced.
Yeah. Locally sourced
But
items.
one is very local.
One is very local and very close to home, and it is on the rooftop of our hotel. So we actually have 9 beehives on the rooftop of the property, and it produces about 500 pounds of honey per year. So we use the honey in many different sources, but here on this tray specifically, the honey is used in our macaroons and then our lavender cake pops as well. But I think the honey mostly is used within our food and beverage menus, whether it's here in Shuckers, in our 4th Avenue Espresso Bar, but also we have a great partnership with some of our local companies, such as Pike Place Brewery, and we have our own honey ale served on tap here at the hotel. It's called the Olympic Honeymoon Sweet Ale. And then we also have a partnership with Seattle Cider Company for our own honey hard cider, served in 1 large bottle. All you need is 1, trust me. And then also, as of later this year, Seattle Sun Liquor Distillery, and we'll be having our own honey vodka, which is going to be something to come and try.
So that will be served exclusively at the hotel?
Exclusively at the hotel, correct.
That's exciting. And then what about, you touched on champagne a little bit earlier.
Yes.
I understand there's something exciting on the weekends here when you have afternoon tea for the grown-ups.
So you can add champagne to any afternoon tea to make it a little bit more bubbly and fun. But on the weekends, we do have a full champagne bar, so you can kind of go up and choose kind of which choice of champagne that you want to add in with your afternoon tea.
That sounds exciting. I mean, afternoon tea and champagne doesn't get much better than that.
No, absolutely not.
So what about other food and beverage options here at the hotel? Where else can guests dine?
So, well, the Georgian is more than just afternoon tea. So we also have breakfast and lunch served here as well. And then if you want for lunch and dinner options, we have Shuckers. And Shuckers is our seafood restaurant. It's one of the top 10 seafood restaurants in Seattle. It actually used to be an old men's haberdashery, so an old men's hat shop. And it's funny because when you look in there, some of the booths used to be dressing rooms, so you can kind of see the mirrors and that it did close. So yeah, lots of history, tin roof. But incredible seafood. All of our oysters and mussels come from Penn Cove on Whidbey Island, and they're delivered fresh daily. Our chef wouldn't have it any other way.
And you can't really visit Seattle without trying seafood.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're coming to Shuckers, the crab mac and cheese is, it beats everything.
It's a favorite.
Yeah, so Shuckers is great. We also have the Terrace Bar and Lounge. Great for happy hour, also lunch specials, cocktails, live music on the weekends, Thursday through Sunday, which is great. And then our newest addition is 4th Avenue Espresso Bar, which is downstairs next to Shuckers, and we'll be actually heading there shortly soon.
I'm excited to see it.
Yes.
Great. Well, tune in. We're going to be going to 4th Avenue, and then later today we'll join our assistant buyer, Danny, in one of the guest rooms where we'll talk a little bit more about the hotel and the area of Seattle that we're located in. Thank you.